and welcome to The Peak. I'm Amberly.
And I'm Hudson.
And we are back for another semester of fun here on our broadcast.
As forecasting season heightens, it's important to consider all classes because every year a couple of new courses are added to the curriculum guide.
We talked to some teachers and had them tell us a brief synopsis. Cailin?
Thanks, Amberly. Now I'm going to talk to Mrs. Quick and Mr. Overly about the new classes they're offering next year. What is sociology and what do you do in this class?
So, years ago, we blended sociology and American government, and we created the class that's known as society. So I think a lot of students, if you're a junior, sophomore, or freshman, and you walk by my classroom and you look in, I think a lot of people think of society. So but the cool thing about sociology is that it's half of the course. But it's a lot of the same material. So we look at all kinds of things that affect society from a sociological lens, okay? So when you're talking about sociology, you're talking about group behavior and human beings and how we react and act and the way that we are in the world. And so I think as high school students, we're always trying to make sense of that, trying to make sense of the world and trying to make sense of people and why people do the things that they do.
What inspired you to create this class?
I took a lot of sociology and anthropology, psychology, humanities courses in college, and so it's always been my passion. I'm a social studies teacher. I love history. I love politics. I love current events. There's so many things going on in modern America right now in 2019. So I just think there's a big appetite for young people especially to think about, to talk about, and to debate a lot of the things that are happening and to try to make sense of it all. And it's really inspiring because young people are getting more and more engaged, more and more active in current events and politics, especially these days, so it's pretty neat.
That's cool. Yeah. What is this class and what do you do in this class?
AP Computer Science Principles is a course that explores technology in society, pros and cons of technology in society, and also kind of an introduction to computer programming. What we're going to do, we'll be just having some discussions in the first part of the year. We'll be discussing things like autonomous cars, self-driving cars. What are some pros and some cons economically and socially with self-driving cars? And then as the semester progresses, we'll start playing around a little bit with actually coding computers, writing some programs that will help find some solutions to everyday problems.
What is the difference between AP Computer Science and AP Computer Science Principles?
The normal AP Computer Science, that's AP Computer Science A, is a little more advanced coding. It's strictly coding computers, and that class uses the language Java, which is a little bit more of an advanced language. In the Computer Science Principles class, it's for beginners, so we'll be using a language called Python. That's a little bit easier to understand and a little bit easier to work with when you're just first starting to code.
Thanks, Cailin. A few weeks ago, the National Honor Society hosted their annual blood drive where students and staff donated blood to support the Red Cross.
And I decided to get in on the action. I'm outside the small gym, where inside students are making a generous donation to the Red Cross, a nonprofit organization that aids in emergency relief and disaster assistance. One contribution of blood can save up to 3 lives, so I'm going to go make my contribution. That wasn't that bad. Giving blood is extremely important because every 2 seconds someone in the U.S. is in need of blood. I'm going to go catch up with some other participants to see what their experiences were. I'm here with Emma Anderson. Emma, what was your experience giving blood?
It was really actually good. All of the people working were super nice, and it didn't hurt nearly as bad as I thought it would.
And would you suggest to give blood?
Mm-hmm, for sure. It's such a good way to help other people.
Thank you so much.
So, did it hurt?
It wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Anyways, now we'll go to a review of the movie Waterboy.
Boden and I will tell you what we thought of this film in our latest installment of To Watch or Not to Watch.
Greetings, fellow couch potatoes, and welcome to a new segment on Peak, To Watch or Not to Watch. I'm Boden Coker. My partner in crime, Hudson Snyder, isn't here today. Today, we are going to be reviewing the prequel to Aquaman, Waterboy. In this film, Adam Sandler plays a pivotal role in one of his best movies, showing the grit and determination of a college football team. The main character, Bobby Boucher, played by Adam Sandler, is a water boy, or as he likes to call it, a water distribution engineer for a very successful college football team who lived in the swamps of Louisiana. Once the coach for said team, Jerry Reed, fires him, he goes to a terrible team and also a rival of his old team, the SCLSU Mud Dogs. This film then goes on showing Bobby doing his job, providing water to the SCLSU football players. While this is happening, the Mud Dogs are bullying him because of his social awkwardness. The only person that became his friend was the kicker, Derek Wallace. Eventually, the team, specifically the quarterback, Guy Granulli, bullies Bobby so bad that he gets enraged and tackles Guy. Then, the football coach decides to put Bobby in at linebacker for his ability to tackle. He calls this his tackling fuel. I thought this was one of Adam Sandler's better movies, and how he played Bobby Boucher was stupidly humorous but necessary. We give this film a 9 out of 10 ice-cold cups of H2O.
And that's a wrap of things here on The Peak.
Thank you all for tuning in today, and keep an eye out for next week's show. Have a nice weekend.